You were there on the 6th of January when the riots took place and the storming of the Capitol took place. Now it's a very different Washington, D.C., very tight security, and now we're counting down to the inauguration.
Well, yes, this is completely different from what I saw on the 6th of January. On the 6th, just to refresh the memory of our viewers, what I saw was I was right behind these armored vehicles and that bus that's been there to block the area. Right on that side were thousands of Trump supporters. I saw a bus which said "Stop the Steal" and people carrying these kind of flags supporting Donald Trump, "Make America Great," and again "Stop the Steal." And then when I got closer to the area, I saw, hordes and hordes of Trump supporters right at the doorsteps of the Capitol. This is about 5 in the evening, and at 6 o'clock was the curfew, which is when I moved away from the area. Now, when I got here this evening, I actually essentially was able to get a train, an Amtrak train, the kind, and we can just show that what happened. I took an Amtrak train, the same one that Joe Biden used to take from Delaware, Wilmington, Delaware, which is where he was earlier today with Kamala Harris, and then he came in out here. We do know that that's the train he wanted to take to come again for his inauguration, but he couldn't. He had to instead take a private jet. Because the Trump administration refused to give him an actual, a flight, like an Air Force One that he will be beginning to use later, Gargi. So yeah, right now there's a lot of security. We've been told that a lot of the National Guards that you were talking about, 25,000 of them, that's more than what America actually has in Iraq, Afghanistan, and Syria. A lot of them are actually staying in this hotel. Some, the rest of them are spread all over. But that's where you get to see this kind of security arrangement.
Right, and Amitosh, this vetting of the National Guards, how controversial is this? Because, some governors have, talked about it. Tell us about that, because 12 of them have even been removed for, some kind of links to extremists.
Well, yes, the two extremists that we are learning about, let's just be very clear, the people that we've seen, actually, and what we can do right now is, we have this individual who obviously wants to get into the frame, which is fine. But basically what you're seeing right now is very few people around here. And the people that you were talking about, the 12 National Guards out of the 25,000, Gargi, we know the division between those 12 is that 2 of them had sent some kind of messages. Those messages that they had sent is what got everyone alerted, including the FBI, that made them actually remove these people, these National Armed Guards, from the total 25,000. In addition to that, another 10, we're told, it is not quite clear what was the reason, but potentially the reason was that they had some connections that they don't want to reveal, the FBI doesn't want to reveal, and the National Armed Guard doesn't want to reveal. But what's happening out here, you're seeing, if you can just walk a little closer, what you'll see is that the bus is, I think, very critical to understanding what's happening. Behind the bus, what you're seeing is guardrails all over, yellow lines that signal the areas in which journalists like you, we can basically walk in or not. And also you're seeing that at this time of the night, not enough armed personnel, but tomorrow you can see this is going to be a complete lockdown. You can imagine that between here and the White House in that direction, it's not going to be easy to move.
All right, so very, very tight security. Inauguration like no other. Amitosh, will return to you for more updates. Thanks so much for joining us with that.